prosecutor for Randolph County. We collected over $5 million for child support for the children of Randolph County every year. Okay, I believe if you play, you need to pay. Okay, I think that people's right to have children, which the United States Supreme Court says exists in the Constitution, although it's not in there written out anywhere, but they say that there's a fundamental right to have children. Fine, that's great, but you know what? Your right to have children ought to end in my pocketbook. Okay, so I believe that you know, we have rights, but we also have responsibilities to go along with those rights. And 4 years ago, I ran for judge in 2008 and was blessed and was elected with the help of a lot of folks in this room right here. I'm running for re-election again, and Bob Nelson. It kind of threw me off when he signed his email as Reginald. I was like, dang, I thought his name was Bob. But at any rate, but Bob Nelson sent me an email a while back. Said, make sure you come on 9/11. Come. I won't be there, but we're going to have a Coast Guard auxiliaries there to do a little presentation. We'd like to hear from you as well. So I promise I'm not going to take too much more of your time. I know you've already had one presentation, and so I won't keep you too long. But I did want to ask for your help tonight. I'm running for re-election. It's Moore County, Montgomery County, and Randolph County. Everybody's vote counts. One of the tricky things about us judges, though, is that you have to look for us. If you vote a straight Democratic ticket or a straight Republican ticket, and you walk away and turn in your ballot, guess what? You haven't voted for any judges at all. The judges' races are nonpartisan. So you have to flip it over and look for us. Our races are going to be at the bottom of the ballot, right above the Soil and Water Conservation District Supervisors. Okay? I'm not kidding. That's where it will be. Okay? But you have to look for us. And it won't say Republican, with an R after my name or D after my opponent's name or anything like that. Okay, it's just names. It'll say District 19B, and it'll have Wilkins, and it'll have my opponent's name, which I won't tell you. That's her job, not mine. Okay, but at any rate, so I would like to ask for your support. Now, why should you support me? Okay. First off, I'm conservative. I'm a lifelong conservative. I'm a Republican. Good, bad, or indifferent, that's my party affiliation. Always has been. Okay? But I believe that you should vote for the right candidate, regardless of what their party is. Right. Okay? In terms of, I'm also a judicial conservative, which means that I don't try to take the laws that the people down in Raleigh, our legislators, have passed. I don't try to take those laws and twist them to try to make the cases come out the way I think it ought to come out. Look, those folks have been elected by we people to go down there and pass those laws. My job as a judge is not to second guess that, but rather to take those laws the way that they have passed them, okay, the way they've meant them to be applied, and apply them that way based on the facts and the evidence before me, and whatever the result is, the result is. Okay? Not my job to try to twist things, to make it come out the way that I think it ought to be. Okay? What do I do as a judge? How many of y'all, well, I won't ask it that way. I sometimes kind of do a little survey. I say, some of y'all look kind of familiar. Have I seen any of y'all in court lately? Hands, anybody? No, okay, nobody's owning up to that. But I do court in 3 counties, up in Randolph County and Asheboro, here in Montgomery County, here in Troy, right down at the courthouse, and then over in Moore County, the courthouse there. Okay? I do 12 different kinds of court, everything from traffic tickets, child support, child custody disputes, equitable distribution, criminal cases, truancy. Okay, we do a little bit of everything. Your district court is where the rubber really meets the road locally in the justice system. Okay? On average, I decide about 1,000 cases every month. 1,000 cases. Okay? And that's everything from a traffic ticket to like hotly disputed, land cases or child custody cases, whatever it may be. About 1,000 of those every month. Okay? On top of that, I do a lot of other decisions every day about, well, how much should this bond be for this guy, and should I allow this guy to go back home to his wife even though there's been a domestic violence incident, and should I grant this motion to allow this person who missed their court date to come back and recalendar their case in court. Thousands of other decisions that aren't disposing of a particular case, thousands upon thousands, okay, of decisions every month, okay? out of the, so I've been a judge about 44 months now, so that means I've done about 44,000 cases, decided about 44,000 cases. Out of those 44,000 cases, I've been blessed and have never had a case ever overturned on appeal. So I don't say that I'm perfect. I know that I'm not, okay? I know that I've made mistakes, okay? But so far, I have not made one that had been so bad, so egregious, that it was appealed and was overturned by a higher court, okay? So I think that that's a pretty fair batting average, okay? I also take my oath of office very seriously. Like many of you, at one point, I raised my right hand and took an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Okay? I still consider myself bound to that oath, like most of you do. Okay? I have also, as a judge, taken an oath to be fair and impartial in all the cases that come before me, regardless of who the people are. If you remember what Lady Justice looks like, Justice is blind. She wears a blindfold. In one hand, she holds the scales of justice to weigh the evidence. And in the other hand, she holds a sword. That sword can be used to protect the innocent or to punish the guilty. So that's the way I see my job. Protecting the innocent, punishing the guilty. Trying to use the laws that have been passed, the evidence that's before me, and some common sense to do not only the right thing, but the just thing in all the cases that come before me. Because look, I try to put myself in the position of those folks that are out there. Look, I'll see 1,000 cases this month. But this person that's out here, these people that are out here, this is their only case. This to them is the most important case in the world because it is their case. It's the one that affects them and their lives and their children and their loved ones. And I try to never forget that. That I might be tired, I might be hungry, but look, these folks out here, they're depending on me. They're the ones that are in the courtroom that are depending on me, trusting me to do the right thing. And even beyond that, all of you, everybody else who's not in that courtroom is also trusting me. Look, not all of us can be the president. Not all of us can be the governor. Not all of us can be a judge. So what do? We elect people that we trust, who we believe are going to be the ones who will do the right thing in our absence, because we can't be there to look over their shoulder. Okay, we can't be there to tell them what to do. So we have to trust them. Every person that's an elected official, every vote that you give them is a vote of trust that says, I trust you to do the right thing for me, for my family, and for my neighbors. Folks, I've worked hard to continue to earn that trust, and I hope that when you get ready to go vote, whether it's early voting, which begins on October 18th, or it's on election day on November 6th, I hope you'll remember me. Get you one of those cards, one of those nail files. Okay, if you can't remember, take that nail file with you. Go in there and file your nails. Okay, but I hope when you do get ready to go vote, that you take some of your friends and your neighbors with you, or family members with you, and that y'all will trust me to continue doing your business of justice for you on your behalf. Thanks a lot, and if anybody's got any questions, I'll be glad to talk to you. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Do grandparents have any rights?
Yes, ma'am. There are statutes in the law in North Carolina that give grandparents certain visitation rights, and depending on the situation, there may be more rights as to custody for like the grandchildren, depending on the situation. Yes, sir.
Thank you for being you.
Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. I don't know how to be anybody else. Okay. If there are no other questions, then again, thank you, everybody. I know I was a member and haven't been down here in a long time. When Bob invited me to come back in tonight, it felt sort of like coming home a little bit. So I met some of you before. I hadn't seen you in a long time. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long, but to renew my membership and got my ball cap, which I intend to wear on my Harley when I'm riding. And so it was good being here with y'all again. If I can help you, let me know. And again, I appreciate you letting me be here with you tonight. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, people, thank you. We had everybody to come out. Appreciate you all coming out and listening to our guest speakers. And hope you enjoyed the food. And if you know anybody who's a veteran, have them to come our way and become a member. Today I was listening to other associations around the area, and they talk about their membership. And I've not been in this town but 6 years. But I can tell you one thing: we have the most people in our membership that are active than any other organization around here. When all these other organizations that I heard people talk about, veterans organizations, they have 4 and 5 people to come to their meetings. That's all they get. We get anywhere from 10 to 20. And they don't have a good women's auxiliary like we have either. We have a good women's auxiliary. We're down, so we need women's auxiliaries also. So if you know anybody, send them our way, young, older, my age, like me, crippled, can't hardly walk, just send them on over. And we don't discriminate. We take all 5 branches. Mr. Otis?
I also say thank you for being you.
And thank you, Mr. Otis.
For all that you do.
Okay, with that, we're adjourned.